You could have 3m to the 4th to the 5th. 3m to the 4th to the 5th. This is a power to a power. Yesterday, we did a power times a power, correct? Yes. Today, we're doing a power raised to a power, which really, exponents are just repeated multiplication, right? So we can use the same trick, expansion, as yesterday. When in doubt, write it out. When in doubt, write it out. If you look at this problem and you're like, don't know. What? I know in my mind that 3m to the 4th to the 5th, that 3m to the 4th to the 5th, 3m to the 4th to the 5th is really 3m to the 4th times 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 3m to the 4th. Do you agree? Because that is 3m to the 4th to the 5th. It's 3m to the 4th 5 times. And if you were a student yesterday that figured out the trick yesterday, this is now a power times a power times a power times a power times a power. Right? A power times a power times a power times a power times a power. You could use the shortcut from yesterday. And yesterday, when we did multiplying exponents, when powers have the same base, we add the exponents, and when we multiply the coefficients. So, if they have the same base, you can add the exponents. Or if you were like, oh, this is long, yesterday I really didn't get it, you could know that 3m to the 4th is really 3m, right? And 3m, like you could really write it out. I mean, you could really expand it, correct? Or you could say, oh wait, hold on, Mrs. Long, I remember. If they have the same base, m, if they have the same base, I can add the exponents. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus another 4 is 12, plus another 4 is 16, plus another 4 is 20. So it would be m to the 20th, right? I can, when the powers have the same base, I can add the exponents. And then my coefficients, I multiply. So 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81, times 3 is 243. Okay. So, you guys, if you have a power to a power, when in doubt, write it out. Because when you expand it, it turns into a power times a power times a power times a power, right? When it's expanded, right? It's a power times a power times a power times a power times a power, right? It's that 5 times, yes? Yeah. So when in doubt, write it out. And then you can use your rules, correct? Or there's more of a shortcut. Landon, did you notice a pattern?
Yeah.
Okay, what'd you notice?
That you could do 4 times 5 to get 20 instead of writing it all out.
So, a power to a power. This is only for a power to a power, right? It does not work for another type of problem. If it's a power to a power, you multiply the exponents. In this problem, I could do 4 times 5, and I get 20. And that's because, you guys, 4 times 5 is 4 5 times, right? And look down here. 4 5 times. So you multiply the exponents. If it's a power to a power, you can multiply the exponents. But how do you get this 243? And it's called raising the coefficient to the outside exponent. It's called raising when you apply an exponent, when you do an exponent. Like if you did 3 to the 5th power, that's called raising it, doing it. So you would do 3 to the power of 5, and 3 to the power of 5 is 243. All right, so let's do a couple. Let's do 4 a to the 3rd, b to the 4th to the 3rd. So if you did not understand this rule, this idea, these shortcuts of multiplying the exponents and raising the coefficient, when in doubt, write it out. You could say 4a to the 3rd, b to the 4th times 4a to the 3rd, b to the 4th times 4a to the 3rd, b to the 4th, right? And then I could say, oh, there's 3 a's right here. And there's another 3 a's right here. And there's another 3 a's right here. So that's a to the 9th. And then I could say, oh, here's 4 b's, and here's another 4, and here's another 4. So that would be b to the 12th. And then I could say 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 times 4 is 64. Or you could use a shortcut. Multiply the exponents. That means I'm going to do 3 times 3, which is 9. And I'm going to do 4 times 3, which is 12. Multiply the exponents. Then I'm going to raise the coefficient to the outside exponent. So I'm going to do 4 to the 3rd. I'm raising it to that. I'm doing 4 to the power of 3. What is 4 to the power of 3?
4.
Same answer. Same thing. What about, what if I gave you, yesterday I didn't give you a negative, and I think that kind of scared some people. Now you have to remember, you guys, is -3 inside parentheses?
Yes.
So that means when you put it in your calculator,
We only have one calculator.
you have to put it inside parentheses. I think they ended up all over here.
Is the extra multiplication sign there?
No.
No, it's there.
Or you could say, Mrs. Long, when in doubt, -3 x to the 5th y squared times -3 x to the 5th y squared. When in doubt, write it out.
Yes.
Or 5 times 2 is x to the 10th. And 2 times 2 is y to the 4th. And -3 is inside parentheses squared. So that means -3 times -3, which is +9.